Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean right here on the Rock Rage Radio Network / Curtain Call Edition. It's a little something we've been doing now for the past few weeks, featuring Curtain Call Records artists. And today we have, I believe you're in Nashville, Scotty Austin. Is that correct?
Actually, I live in Nashville. I'm in the woods of Wisconsin right now, just sitting in the pine needles here.
Always out touring and always out doing it. So you're in the middle of well, not I guess an ongoing tour. How have things been going on that?
I'm in the middle of a tour right now. Yeah, it's been awesome, man. I've been out here with Tantric and Paralandra and Rawway and now we got Ronan's Test coming in. That's starting this week. It's been an awesome tour. Like I said, it's 80 degrees. I have a day off, and I'm just sitting here in the woods in Wisconsin right now. I play in a Nakusa, I believe that's how you say that, Wisconsin, on the 30th. So today I'm just chilling. I don't know what day you'll release this, but that is tomorrow for where I'm at right now.
Well, I mean that's pretty good weather for that part of the world this time of year.
It's unbelievable. They said it was 2 inches of snow on the ground last year at this time. So I guess I brought the South up here with me.
That's perfect. So, with regards to this tour, I mean, one of the things that when I talked to the Curtain Call artists, Curtain Call is really good at helping their bands get on these tours. Was that the case with this particular tour that you're on?
No, not at all. My wife runs a booking agency, and I tour nonstop. I've just actually joined forces with the Curtain Call because I really like John, and I like, Rock Rage has supported me since Rock Rage started, and I started basically at the same time. So it's like we've had a symbiotic relationship this whole time. But no, I tour nonstop. Since I was with Saving Abel, I've done 300 shows a year. Now I'm down to 100 a year. I just tour nonstop. It's who I am and what I do.
It's great to have that luxury because an awful lot of people, are they're looking to do that. They don't have the connections, or maybe they don't have the catalog, or those types of things. What is it that you feel allows you to do that and has you set up to be able to do that successfully?
The fans and friends. I've been doing this so long. I have a lot of friends. I don't more friends than I do fans. That come out and support my live shows when I come to these towns. So I constantly circle the country, United States, and that way I'm here, and then maybe a year later I'm back. We just kind of constantly circulate, and I've just built up friends over the years. I've been doing this for forever. I mean, so I am very blessed though to get to play live music and travel around and do it. That is totally a blessing, and it is rare. I understand that.
How many dates a year do you typically do, Scott? And like, so we're almost to the end of 2024, if you can believe that. But on average, what would you do for dates for a year?
I used to do a ton more back when I was with Saving Abel. Now I'm down to, I try to do 150, 200 dates a year, which is a lot, I understand, but, it's still way down from what I was doing previously.
So you're doing 200 dates. I mean, you say it's down. You're doing 200 dates, 150, 200. I got to think that in between that, you're any material that you're doing in terms of writing, you're doing it on the road, but you're also having to, maintain your schedule so that you're able to carve out time for writing. And what does that look like for you? Do you have access to, recording studios or equipment on the road for demos, those types of things? How do you work that
out? Well, I'm very lucky. One of my best friends is also my producer, Malcolm Springer. And he's just super pro. So when I get ideas, I go to his house, or sometimes I go there without an idea and we just make music. But I am extremely busy. because, I have my family life, which is the most important thing to me that I have to balance in here as well. So, it's I have a really busy, yeah, but that's why I'm sitting here in the woods today. Since I'm on the road, there's nothing else I could be doing except talking to you. And since it's a day off, look, uh, since it's a day off, I was sitting here trying to write some songs. So it's like we're doing like a songwriter retreat at a friend of mine's house here in the woods and in Wisconsin. Since I have, 2 days off, we try to take advantage of it and use it as writing time. So sit in the grass and try to soak up some vibes out of the earth.
You brought up the family piece. I'm glad you did, because a lot of people don't realize. I mean, like, playing music, and I play music, and it's as fun as it looks, but it's a lot of hard work, and people don't realize that. Just because you're a musician doesn't mean you don't have a family, or it doesn't mean, it's a job, right? People don't understand. It's a job. It's a really cool job, but it's a job just like a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. Um, do you have an opportunity to bring any of your or bring your family out with you from time to time, or are you strictly like, do you go out for runs at a time and come back? How does your operation work?
It varies. It varies, to be honest. I would have them out with me all the time, but nobody likes traveling this much except me.
Right,
So
right.
it breaks everybody down. Everybody thinks they want this job until they get it. It's like, you know, if you don't enjoy the travel part of it, you'll never get to the destination, if there is one. This
Absolutely.
is so, but I
Well,
would bring my family out every time if I could, but it would, my daughter's 4. She would get so sick of this shit so fast.
it's a great point, because I remember last year, one of the bands that I was in, we went over to Dublin, Ireland, and we did a wedding. And so we're in the airport. And I looked at my guitar player and I said, "People think this is glamorous. And there's people everywhere, and they're not moving, and they're in front of you, and they're being rude, and you're tired, and you just want to get on the friggin' plane and fly yourself." People miss all that. They think it's this glamorous routine, and it's an awful lot of crap that you got to go through to get to that hour and a half, 2 hours of stage time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot, but like I said, it's it, if you don't like the journey, the destination doesn't matter. So all that stuff counts into it. I feel like I get to do things that you could never plan to do. Like I couldn't have planned to be here, sitting in this field
Yeah.
today. But on the way, I'm like, hey, I've got a buddy that met him. Like, hey, I hit him up. Like, hey, actually, he hit me up, and I was like, I do have a day off. He's like, well, come by, and here I am now at this beautiful place, 80-degree weather in Wisconsin, which is freaking rare even in the summer.
Yep.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But
You're not wrong. You're not
but
wrong.
uh, but I'm sitting here getting this beautiful day that I couldn't have planned. So it's it's basically like I'm sitting at a poker table at a casino all the time. But I do this with life instead of with money, because life is way more valuable than money.
Absolutely. So, how the show's been going? I mean, I'm assuming that you mentioned you don't have fans, you have friends, which is a great line, and I'm assuming that the music's resonating with people, or you wouldn't be out doing it. How the show's been going?
They've been going great. They've been going really good. I mean, once again, I'm here, and the music brought me here.
Great.
And you know, people aren't canceling shows, so that's always a plus. So we just,
Absolutely.
I
Are
like,
you doing a combo? Are you doing a combo of your own stuff versus your former band's material, or are you just
I'm
straight out
doing
doing your stuff?
mostly my stuff, mostly my stuff. So
Well, that must be a great feeling for you to be able to do that and know that people are picking up on it.
I'm very lucky. I do cover a few Saving Abel songs because I'm a huge Saving Abel fan.
Right.
Yes. So, 'cause if I'm going to cover something, why wouldn't I cover one of my favorites? Yeah. So
Amen.
yeah, so I do cover a few of their songs, but songs that I love and most of the fans love too. You know, but it's mostly
Um.
the show is mostly my stuff. There's some of
So,
the stuff that I did with Saving Abel as well.
no, that's fantastic, and it's great that you're able to do that. It's great that you're able to do a bulk of your own stuff, and that again that people are are reacting well to it. That's amazing because really at the end of the day, that's everybody's goal, I guess. 2024, like we've got, geez, month and a half, 2 months left. Are you booked right up to the end of the year? What's the rest of your year looking like before you go into next year?
Well, I'm out with Tantric and Paralandra on this Rock and Roll for President tour. And after that, me and my wife are actually going to take a vacation and go to Jamaica for a couple of weeks and play golf.
Nice.
So we're doing that right up until Thanksgiving. And then, I have about 6 shows after Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then I go home. But in January, it's starting right back up. I have some amazing stuff in the works for next year that's even more exciting than this year's, that we'll be releasing all those tours soon as well. I'm doing the East Coast after Thanksgiving with this band called 7 Year Witch, which I think is just freaking awesome. I don't know if you've heard them. I love them. So I'm taking those guys out and Paralandra, and we're going up to the Northeast. So if anybody's in the Northeast listening, you guys come out, check it out. Look for my schedule. Scotty Austin
Sorry, go ahead.
Official.com. Yeah,
Scotty
ScottyAustinOfficial.com.
There won't be anything to do that time of year but go to a show because it's probably going to be cold. So people are going to want to be inside seeing some great live music. Last question I got for you, Scotty, before we get some info about where people could find you. But so you reside in Nashville, and the whole world knows Nashville's the mecca of country music. But I also know there's a good rock scene there as well, which probably isn't as well known. Yeah, talk about that a little bit because I know a lot of people that are involved in the country scene, and I know all the ins and outs of that and how it can be quickie and there's dues paying and la 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 la. But just talk about the rock scene in your town there for a minute.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never go out really because I travel so much. So when I'm home, I go home. But there is a great rock scene there because I have been out a couple of times, and unbelievably, I know a ton of people there, and they know me because they're so tight together, so thriving rock and roll there.
Right.
I just don't have the opportunity to go out to check it out, man. Because, like I said, I'm on the road all the time.
Well, that's fair ball. So, last question, sir. You mentioned your website, but where can my viewers / listeners who are here on the Rock Rage Radio Network find out more about you and what you're up to?
My website. That's the best place to go. ScottyAustinOfficial.com. And I go there to check my dates where I'm going. So if that's where I go, that's where you should go too. And we have a new package we started doing where people can come. They can buy tickets to do this VIP, and we show up and we play in a private acoustic little show for you before the show. And it comes with a couple of items that only the VIPs get. The VIP lanyard and such like that. So I'm really excited about that. We just started that. But you can find all of that on ScottyAustinOfficial.com. And, my Facebook. You can definitely go to my Facebook. And there's a lot. That's the one that I'm actually most active on myself. We have, Instagram. We have all the other stuff too. But, the one that I do the most on is Facebook. If you want to actually contact me, that would be the way to go.
Scotty Austin, bud, I want to thank you for doing this, man. I'm glad we finally were able to get her done, my friend. It took us a little while.
I know, man. I get so wrapped up out here. That's why, it's hard with my time and us being on different time schedules that, as much as I travel, I forget what time zone I'm in a lot. It's ridiculous. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true.
No, it doesn't at all. Thanks a lot, my friend. Best of luck out there, and let's stay in touch.
Absolutely, man. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me.
We're back on the Rock Rage Radio Network after this.